Day 1, I started off by harvesting some good old hay bales to turn into wheat. A friend of mine told me that I should turn that wheat into bread, but I disagree. I would need to sell it to the villager back there for some emeralds so that I can buy some pumpkin pie, which is just the better food source in this game. Better than bread. Of course, I had 9 left over for bread, but I didn't build it. It doesn't matter. I decided I was going to move all of the beds into the middle so that I could have a good army just in the middle for whenever I needed them. Because I like to know where everybody's at. And of course, you wouldn't be living in a village without killing all of the iron golems, so that I could have iron for day 2. Day 2, I decided that I was going to continue working on my bumblebee formation of beds, created some shears, and then an iron pickaxe. I went into a mine that led to nowhere, so almost immediately after I went inside, I decided to leave. Ran all the way back over to the other base, because I was going to build a base on this island, but I decided not to because of how small it is. I also traded with this guy. I almost traded for protection 4, but in my pursuit for mending, I decided that I did not want to keep the protection 4. And man, what a shame. I should have kept it because I traded for loyalty 3. And of course, out of shame, I slept in a tree. Which brings me to day 3. Made my way over to a good old village in the spruce biome and found some decent stuff, mainly some bread, made it back to my village so that I could continue working on my own projects, such as the string farm, that some of you guys may remember from my last hardcore series because I used it to make a lot of money. Spoiler alert, we're going to do that here too, because we love seeing the green emeralds. All of the money, it's great. This is also the first time I've ever made it to 100 days in a Minecraft world in hardcore. So please leave a like and subscribe for that because this was actually really challenging for me. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it until I was streaming the other day and saw that I had made it. Then I slept into day 4, made some more adjustments to my string farm so that it would absolutely work and not break this time, because it's broken in the past. And of course, it works. Like Frankenstein, it's alive. Traded a lot of my string for more emeralds, killed another iron golem because that's what you do when you live inside of a village. You only come here for the iron golem so that you can make your iron armor. Of course, with that iron, I made hoppers instead so that I could collect the string just a little bit easier. So after placing down my hoppers on top of the string, which is where it goes, I then turned on my string farm and AFK'd for a minute. It was great. It was amazing. I think I was writing stuff down. I can't remember. And then I slept. All the way into day 5, where I added some chests and then went over to a new village, got the Monster Hunter achievement, and slept. And then day 6, I tried to do the speedrun tactic of building a portal to the nether. And of course, with my being a buffoon, I accidentally messed it up. Which was okay, because I fixed it. Of course, I had to fix it. Went into the nether, which I only needed to go into for some quartz at the time, and then I protected my base so that I would not accidentally die to any nearby ghasts. And of course, I had to continue with my bed placement because it was turning night. I made a few smithing tables, and traded with some of the good villagers for more emeralds, bought some good old shovels, and created a blast furnace so that I could actually have somebody sell me armor, and I started my pursuit of iron armor, and then to diamonds. I slept. And of course, day 8, I ended up getting some diamond armor, which was very handy because we know me and not having diamond armor. It's not a good mix. Diamond armor and I are just really good friends. And then I slept in the snow village that I found earlier for day 8. Day 9, I stole the brewing stands and found a nice little cave that I went into, found some diamonds, my first bit of diamonds, and then my second bit of diamonds, which was great. It was a miracle. My third bit. And even my 4th. And then, of course, on day 10, I went back to my base, crafted some stuff to get ready for a new project, which is going to be fun, too. Day 11, I kind of AFK'd for a second, placed down some loom guys, and slept. Day 12, I traded some wool with the loom guys, and then slept. Day 13, I started my other project, which was a TNT cobblestone generator, which I'd actually never built before. So this was super fun to build. Link in the description down for the video that I watched and all the materials that I needed to collect. Because this was definitely very new for me. And I love taking fall damage, apparently. Sleeping, of course. Always. into day 14, where I placed down some of the last pieces of redstone. And then I think I just went straight to day 15 after that, placed down some of the main remaining components other than TNT, found a dog, got a best friend, went back down into the mine that I had gone into in day, 7, built some TNT, placed it down, and had officially finished my farm. Now it was just a matter of killing some iron golems, and I forgot I had my dog not sitting down, so he was attacking the iron golem, and this whole time I was fearing that he was going to die, but thankfully he did not. I killed the iron golem, and then I started building a tower up to turn on the button, to turn on the machine, so that I could start my cobblestone generator that I so desperately needed. With a failed MLG clutch of a ladder, I built the ladder to go up, placed down the lava, and was almost finished. I just need to finish placing down all of the hoppers that I would need for this amazing build, which actually is really cool, so you should go check it out down in the description below. Day 18, I killed more iron golems, as per usual, and found some iron down in the cave as well, and slept. Day 19, I smelted a lot of iron, got some efficiency books. Well, first I had to get the bookshelf, then I got some efficiency books. And then on day 20, I believe. Oh, we got the enchantment table on day 19, that's right. Day 20 is when I was building up the bookshelf. I thought it was day 20 I placed down the enchantment table. I guess I'm incorrect. Day 20, I built some hoppers. I believe it's the remaining hoppers, so that I could get all of this nice cobblestone that would drop. And man, look at it go. So much cobblestone that I'm always going to use. And of course, did some more trading. Day 21, I placed down the rest of my books. I'm missing 2, that's right. Day 22, I started actually enchanting, which was amazing. Enchanted tools are just the best. Got a Fortune 3 pickaxe, and then got another Fortune 2 Efficiency 3 pickaxe, which was pretty good. Enchanted my boots, got some feather falling and protection on breaking, which was great. Silk touch and efficiency on my shovel, and went for a nice little mining trip. I watched some skeletons kill a friend in cold blood, and went all the way down into a lush cave, found more diamonds, and found more on day 24. Can you believe it? It was like a 6 vein. Oh, no, that has to be 7. And then started smelting all the iron that I found down in the caves, placed down an axolotl, and believe it or not, this will be the last time that you ever see him. Day 25, I traded with the villagers, and upgraded another pickaxe, but it was so much better, I got rid of my old one for silk touch. Day 26, I slept. Day 27, we traded with more of the villagers. I made a better pickaxe, traded with the villagers, of course, and more trading. And then day 29, I started on my farm. My good old, what is that called, sugarcane farm? Got some good old flint so that I could trade it. Day 30, I made more hoppers, some observers so that I could work on another project. And, of course, slept in a different village. Day 31, I went mining. Again, for a lot of iron. And found more diamonds. Believe it or not, diamonds are actually super easy to find. I feel like they're a lot more difficult, like 2 days ago. And of course, I found iron, which I found out I'll never be able to run out of. Day 32 through 43, I was working on a mob farm. For those of you who didn't know that that's what I was working on, that's what I'm working on, is now my mob farm. It's going to be, that one's also going to be down in the description below, so that you can check out the original creators of the mob farm, because it is such a good design. For whatever reason, it's not working for me in this world, but that's okay. I think that it's because later on in this series, I actually switched to a different Minecraft launcher so that I can make everything a little bit brighter for when I record, because I just found that it was super dark when I was down in the caves. Why is it dark down in the caves? Because Minecraft is a dark game. Very scary game. Believe it or not. Placed down some lanterns so that mobs wouldn't spawn underneath. Believe it or not, that's not going to do a single thing. Thankfully. I'm joking, of course. I'm saying that in a very sarcastic tone, hopefully, because I don't like the mobs being under here. That's why I thought I would place down these lanterns, is because I thought it was going to make it so that they wouldn't spawn. But of course, just my luck. Doesn't work that way. Placed down some glass, and then I also placed down some water so that I could get back up and down from where I was currently at. That way I could place down all the water that I need to inside of my nice little mob farm kind of esque thing that I have going on here that I'm trying to build. I don't know why it took me so long to build. It shouldn't have taken me this long. Of course, I was trying to move a little bit slower because I'd never done a 300 days before, or 100, not 300. Foreshadowing. And of course, place down the rest of the redstone stuff because building the towers was just very, very repetitive. I kind of figured you guys would go watch the video, which you definitely should, so that you can figure out how to build one of these yourself. Because it's such a cool farm. It really is. And of course, here's me setting up all of the redstone for the rest of day 4. D3. 44, day 44. I went on a nice expedition. I think what I was looking for was a jungle biome so that I could then start creating some scaffolding blocks. Looks like I'm almost out of pumpkin pie. I actually remember this vaguely, sitting in this boat being like, I only have 4 pieces of pumpkin pie. If I take any fall damage or start dying, that's going to be horrible. The night of day 44, I found a jungle biome actually, and ended up going and collecting this amazing thing that I needed, which is the, what is it called? Like the bamboo. The great, luxurious bamboo. I had to sacrifice a spider eye, which actually is going to be really bad in the future, believe it or not. I didn't realize this at the time, but spider eyes are actually very useful for another thing that I will be working on by day 100. So I got some watermelons to turn into watermelon seeds for the future. Day 45, I placed down my cocoa bean farm, which I didn't show me collecting. I collected a lot of cocoa beans so that I could create a new farm. So this is what I did for day 45, was place down cocoa beans and watch them grow, and then remove them. Yeah, day 45 was very eventful. It was great. Day 46, I started placing down and bone milling my bamboo that I had found in the jungle forever and a day ago, it feels like. And then I tried to put string inside of a composter, and it doesn't work, I found out, which is great for me. And then, of course, I changed up the way that my cocoa bean farm looks so that I can have a better cocoa bean farm. Got more books from the villagers, day 48, and added it to an axe. Good decision. Made some, what are these called? Oh, that's right. Not iron. Emerald blocks, guys. Don't worry, I can definitely see. And slept. And for day 49, I placed down all the scaffolding that I needed for this farm to actually technically work, but as I was saying earlier, it's not going to work out for me for who knows what reason. I have no clue, personally. I thought it should have worked, but I think it's because I switched which platform I was playing on, technically. I switched the game launcher. Had to place down my nice little glass fortress that I could stand on so that I wouldn't fall off, and so I could AFK. Thankfully, I don't think I ran into any, what are they called, phantoms, like I do in my 100 Day Shorts series. Spoilers, if you didn't know. And of course, rest of day 49, I just collected all the sugarcane that I had because I need it for paper. Day 50, I created an auto crafter. It was actually super cool. I had never actually seen one of these in my own world, so I tried to hook it up, and of course, watch me mess it up, as I do with some of this redstone stuff. You'll never believe why, though. I'll probably tell you why. Because of the way I set everything up. That's why. Boom. Got you there. It was great. It wasn't going in because of some redstone issue. Fixed it on day 51 and started getting... I tried to make it a little bit slower because I felt like it was moving a little too fast and creating wool way too quickly. You might be wondering why I'm creating wool. It's because I need it for trading with villagers. And day 52, of course, was just me AFKing like an absolute buffoon. Because why not? I think I was talking to somebody on the phone, or I don't remember actually what I was doing on day 52. I AFK'd. And then, of course, day 53, I was back creating more and more of my wool so that I could sell it, make more of these beautiful emerald blocks to place. And I've crafted 139 so far, and I believe that for this I needed to craft, I think it was 200? Almost 200? And I've got 2,439 pieces of emerald, which was amazing. Got more emeralds on day 54 through 57 because I just needed to, I needed these emerald blocks. I gave myself a challenge that for every 1 subscriber I have to place down 10 blocks, and so that's what I did. And I slept underwater. And then day 58 I started on my actual emerald island. My emerald island. The outline, because that's all I had enough emeralds for, and I need to place down 300 more by next episode so that I can fulfill what I needed to do. I have to place down like 330, I think I said, because of everybody who joined the live stream. day 59 through 67, I worked on a iron golem farm. An iron farm, so to speak. Which was actually a lot of fun because I figured out how to make it a lot better from one of the ones that I had seen a lot of YouTubers using. So after I figured out how theirs worked, I then created mine, which actually works beautifully, and I love it so much. I wish I would have known that path blocks make it so that mobs can't spawn, though. I did not know this beforehand, so I just placed down a lot of leaves, as you'll see here in the future. Dug down. I think I dug down, like, 8 blocks, which I think is a bit overkill, but I just wanted to make sure that nothing would happen. And then, here's how I made it better. I made more spaces for more villagers to be down there, so I'd have a total of 9 villagers down inside of some good old holding cells, because they need to work for me, so that I can get a lot of iron and then sell it back to them. It's actually a foolproof plan that will not come back to bite me in the butt in the future. Trust me, bro. I'm gonna hit you with a trust me, bro, on this one. It's definitely not gonna come back and bite me in the butt. And of course, I had to bring down these guys with me too, because I like trading with them. And if I'm gonna spend half of my days down here, might as well have some guys that I can also trade with that don't just trade with iron. Of course, I didn't know how much iron I'd be getting. Day 68, I finished the farm. I thought I showed me finishing the farm. I guess not. Which, here is some of the nice little things I placed, called torches. Because this was before I had got my new setup, so that everything was a lot brighter. I got my friend here, the zombie, to finally go down into the hole after a little bit. And day 69, I decided that I wanted to recreate that string farm that I had created so long ago, it felt like. Because I created it on, like, day 4. So what was that? It was 65 days ago? Wow, I had that thing for 65 days. Served me well, served me well. But of course I wanted a bigger and better one. And I'll tell you now that this one was a lot more difficult to build because it was inside of a wall. It was kind of crazy. I had to go into a creative world to make sure that everything would work because it doesn't work for a little bit. But that's okay. I'll explain that here in just a minute. But around this time is also when I switched which software I was using, because I was using normal Minecraft launcher, and then I was using it's kind of like a mod pack, but it's not really a mod pack, on Cursed Forge called Notifine, which makes it so that you can actually go and turn up the brightness so that you can see inside the caves, which was so useful. And after I had been into my creative world and figuring out how to place everything down to make this a lot cooler, I started working on this bigger, more cool string farm. I don't know why, because it was facing the correct direction and everything, but for whatever reason, it was not working. Everything that I tried wasn't working. And this is when I had switched so that you can actually see down in all this deep dark over here. So day 72, I boxed it up. And then I rebuilt it in a new area. I forgot to be talking about the days because I've been talking about how stupid some of this has been. And of course, here's me fixing all the mistakes that I made because I thought I was making so many of them. But in hindsight, I was just not doing this the smartest way I should have been. I figured it out eventually and just was placing down the final finishing touches so that I could get everything up and running and hopefully working. So day 73, we were looking at the finishing touches of me placing down the rest of the redstone so that everything would work properly, just the way I needed it to. And of course, there's one issue. I had to move that lever. And in normal fashion for me playing this game, I did the one thing you should never do, which is mix redstone and water. Which I should have known, but of course I was not thinking. So after I placed down this water, I needed to place down all of these good old tripwire hooks so that the farm can actually start working. Wow, I don't know why it took me forever to say working. I have, like, brain malfunction. Of course, you have to place down the trapdoors so that you can stop the water from flowing so that all the trapdoor stuff will work. And as you see, it is working beautifully. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. So then I traded with these guys for the rest of day 74, placed some glass down so that now it won't actually fall forward, and I went to my brand new snow biome that I had found. I believe I walked far past it. I think for the rest of day 74 through 75, I just went traversing the lands because I was bored. I wanted to see what else I could find. I was looking for a swamp biome. That's what I was doing. I was looking for a swamp biome. I couldn't find a swamp biome. Good stuff, good stuff. But I did find a ruined portal and got 2 free gold blocks from it. And of course, I found the dark oak forest before I'd found a swamp. These seem way more common than they used to be. Nothing like my old world where I was surrounded by swamp, which was kind of horrible actually. I did not like it. Day 76, I was walking my way back to my base because I had traveled so far away. It was not worth it, I'll tell you that. It was not worth traveling so far away. Didn't realize that I was already going to be to day 76. And that's when I found this nice pack of iron. Think I should probably mob-proof that in the future. And left my farm going so it was overflowing. Day 77, I was trading with the villagers so that I could get some more emeralds. And for the rest of day 77, I AFK'd over at this mob farm that was not working. Mainly because I think, I'm going to say it again, because I was using Notifine. I think that Notifine has some sort of feature on it that was making it so that it wasn't spawning. But if you look, actually, part of me now that I'm looking back at it, I wonder if it's the Iron Golem farm that's hindering it, because in the last scene, you could kind of see Iron Golem spawning. Day 78, I did the same thing where I just kind of AFK'd over at my nice farm that I have here. That still isn't working for whatever reason. I'm going to actually say that it's probably my fault. It was me. I broke it. I probably either went too high or not high enough, but I think it was one of the two. It might not even be the fact that this is not the same software. Day 79, I was still AFKing, waiting, in hopes that I would have mountains of gunpowder, and as you can see, none of these chests are full. And usually after AFKing for 2 full days, those things would be full. Somewhere, I lost 5 whole days, so day 85, I was live streaming this, showing Aiden my string farm, telling him that we should build one of these in our world. Had so much iron, made a ton of... Those are emeralds. I almost said iron blocks. Emerald blocks, so that I could start working on my new project. I say my new project, that was when I had to place down... I think it was 225 at the time, or 250. And I needed to place down 300 by the end of the... Or 320 by the end of the live stream. Day 86 was just a lot of trading still, because I wanted to get this whole thing done. Day 87, I placed down an entire chest just for those emerald blocks, which was supposed to be just for those emerald blocks, but as you'll see in the coming future, it's not going to be just those blocks, unfortunately, because I don't know how to keep my inventories nice and clean. I was trying to show off my build to the audience in the live stream, but was having a hard time. For some reason, it wasn't showing up, even on a 32 render distance, but who am I to judge? Day 88, I was making more observers because I wanted to make an automatic, what is it called? Sugarcane farm. But of course, doesn't work out like that. Because I thought hoppers would be just fine. Hoppers don't work, apparently. Did a beautiful ladder clutch because one of the people in the audience said that I should, and I was like, yes. Agreed to it. Day 89, I was working on my sugarcane farm. But, you know, it doesn't work because hoppers don't pick up stuff through blocks. They used to. If I remember correctly, they used to. Because I know I used one of them for a thing back in the PS3 days. Day 90, which I think I've been on for a hot minute now. I was just removing all of these hoppers after placing them all down because it wasn't working. So I made minecart hoppers. Let me tell you, these don't do me any better because I never actually placed them. I got lazy. And on day 91, I found this cool fellow. I was gonna say cool dude, but that wouldn't have made sense. And then day 91, I found out that one of my villagers turned into a zombie villager. And I found this guy holding a rose, which I actually don't know the odds of that. I feel like that's kind of rare. I've never seen him do that except for then. Day 92, I decided that I wanted to create a map, kind of in memory of the original island layout, so that I could kind of go back and be like, oh, this is what it used to look like. That's right. So that when we go and make our huge changes to it and make it look super cool, we'll be able to see everything that has changed throughout. It's going to be so much fun. Stick around for the series to see how everything turns out, because I am super excited for how this island will turn out. Also, subscribe if you want to see me place down emerald blocks. And day 93, I went back into the nether so that I could go and beat the ender dragon. You might be wondering, why do you need to go to the nether to beat the ender dragon? Well, I need to go get blaze rods. So I went in one huge circle, you'll see, through a crimson forest, found a bastion over in Soul Sand Valley. And after I found that, I continued mining technically back towards the way that my portal was, which I didn't know at the time. Found a good old, what's that, warped? That's the warped forest, right? Day 94, I went to the warped forest because I think I ran into one, was like, okay, cool, this is dope. And almost died. I almost lost my hardcore world to lava in the nether. It was great. Found another bastion. That's a treasure one. And as you can see, I found a fortress. Funny story about this fortress when we get to it. There was my portal. I don't know if you saw it in my short little time lapse I showed, but I literally was right next to my portal the whole time. I was just being dumb about it. Found the spawner for blaze, got some blaze rods, and then went back to my portal because I couldn't believe that I was so close to it. And for the rest of day 95, I made my way to this fun place called the end. But first I had to get some ender pearls, so of course, you know, getting all those emeralds was super good so that I could get the ender pearls. Made my way, and I actually ended up passing where I thought it was at, and needed to turn around, which was probably a really good call, because as luck would have it, after I turned around and dug down, I was pretty much right in front of where it was at. With my RNG and my luck, I got super lucky there. Did not know that that was going to be the case. It was so cool when I saw it. I was like, alright, there we go. So here we are, hopping right in. Yeah, straight into the dragon fight, of course, because, you know, everybody's seen the dragon fight, so I just figured that I just kind of breeze through the dragon fight. It's not something new. Everybody's done it. Well, seen it at least at this point. And for the rest of day 96, I was grabbing this trophy so that I could show the villagers not to mess with me in the future. Or else maybe I'll steal their dragon eggs, if they ever find any. Which, actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if villagers can go to the end and fight the ender dragon. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Day 97, I was really working against the clock so that I could go and place down all of these emerald blocks. All 300. But I didn't have all 300. I only had like 120 of them. I needed triple that amount, probably. I don't actually remember. I'm going to have to go watch the live stream to figure out what we ended on. And of course, with all this string, I was trying to figure out where to put it all. Day 99. This one is pretty eventful. I was not allowed to sleep because I needed to get all this emerald, so I needed to trade with more and more of these villagers. Today was just a day of grinding out for emeralds. I needed all 300 emerald blocks. And I'm not going to spoil for you if I already got it or not. If I got all 300 or not. Which I may have already spoiled if I did or did not. I won't tell you now, because the suspense is probably killing you. By day 100, you'll know. And of course, for whatever reason, I thought, you know what would be great? Let's go swimming to go and find a dark oak forest that's closer to my base than the other one that I actually kind of forgot about because that was like 30 days ago. I don't actually remember how long ago it was, but in real life, it was almost a week. So, to be fair, I was kind of not knowing. Day 100, I had to break some of this, what is the brown mushroom block so that I could get a brown mushroom for a potion. I needed a spider eye as well. I had the spider eye, I needed the potion, and of course, I also needed to go and grab some sugarcane so I can make some sugar. For anybody who doesn't know what those three things creates a fermented spider eye. I needed a poison potion because, as we saw, I had a guy who decided that he wanted to be transformed into a zombie. Who knows why. So I made some weakness potions, splash potions of weakness, of course, because those ones I have are better. I don't want to be drinking weakness potions. That would be bad for my health, because then I'd be weak. And I don't want to be weak. I want the villager to be weak, so I can heal him with the golden apple. Which is going to be a lot of fun, actually. I'm super excited for this part. Because I masterfully got him to get out of this little... he's like in a corner. Masterfully, I was able to get him out of the corner without having to do too much. He nudged his way through, and I was so proud of him. Because I didn't have to do too much. I thought I was going to have to do a lot more hard work. Then I grabbed the potions and splashed him with the potion. You know, weakening myself in the process, which was a huge mistake. But I gave him the apple, trying to eat the apple, and lured him back inside of my base. Because, why not? You know, I don't want him to be outside where he could be attacked again. I need him to be inside where it's safe, where he's not going to die. And I didn't think about the fact that he might drown until after we got down there. And of course, I got him down successfully, because I'm that guy, man. Placed him down in the boat, And actually, right afterwards, turned around, he was healed. Look at that. He was like, oh, by the way, here's your glass back. Sorry, I stole that from you. And that's where we end off day 100. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.